I'm going to be talking today about kefir water and how we have drank it for the last 2 months, and it's really helped us and friends that I have. I have friends and family and my daughter who wants to find out a little more about it, so I wanted to go over it. However, I don't like to be on camera, so I'm just going to try and do this without my face in it. These are the kefir grains that have been sitting on top of my counter for the past 48 hours in sugar water. It's ready to be poured in with a cup of juice in order to make kefir soda, which we drink daily here in our house. I label when that's ready. It says Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, so that means these are ready to go into fresh sugar water, and I will strain out the grains at the bottom. You see that they're floating in here. And if you were able to look, there's little carbonation bubbles going up. From what I understand, if the kefir is not growing or doing its thing, that there will be no carbonation and these will not float, they'll just stay at the bottom. But if you can see the little soda bubbles looking like they're floating whenever I go like that. So, this is covered by a breathable coffee filter. They need to be able to have air in order to do what it is that they do. And what I'm going to do is take this, which I got from Walmart, along with a plastic strainer. You're not supposed to use metal as they damage the good bacteria that is in these little kefir grains, and so you want to only have it come in contact with something that is plastic. I keep my plastic juice containers or glass. Glass does not harbor any sort of bacteria, so during the first fermentation with the sugar water, I use a glass mason jar. It has about 7 cups of water in here, and there's about 2/3 cup kefir grains in here, and the ratio is 1:1 sugar with sugar. So when I originally made this, I used 2/3 cup of sugar along with my 2/3 cup of kefir grains, and then filled it up to about here, which is around 7.5 cups of water. The water that I used came from my tap, but it's gone through a filtration system, so there is no chlorine in the water. Initially, I did use spring water because the chlorine damages the kefir grains and it kills them, so I wanted to make sure that I did not kill the grains. So after doing that for a while, I figured since we had a system that maybe that would our tap water would be okay. So I used it and it seems to be working fine over the past month or so. I will take this jug of, you have to use 100% fruit juice when you do the second fermentation if you want to use a fruit juice to make kefir soda. You can also use fresh fruit, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this down in here. I'm going to put the funnel on top with the strainer. I will set it down into the sink, and I'm going to pour the kefir water that's already been sitting in here, and the grains have been sitting in here for 48 hours in the sugar water. I'm going to strain off the grains. So then I just got the kefir water underneath, and I've strained out the grains. So this is full of probiotics, and what I would do next is take my 100% fruit juice, whatever is on sale that week. There's a cup in here. I have a friend of mine that sets hers out on the counter to make sure that it's room temperature before she does it. I take it strictly out of the refrigerator because I just don't have time to do that, but there is a cup in here. And I will add this to here. And for the second fermentation, you will want to put on a tight-fitting lid. I will let this sit out on the counter for 1 to 2 days, depending on if we have any in the refrigerator to drink. My family does not like to run out of kefir soda. The longer that I let it sit out, the fizzier it gets and the less sugar it has. We don't like super sweet drinks. This is very sweet. If you drink it, it tastes like fruit juice, even though it's mixed with the kefir water. The kefir water was originally sugar water, and it does leave it with the fructose sugar, but it's you could drink it as it is. It is sweet. We like it very fizzy, and so we set it out for, like I said, from 24 to 48 hours. While it's sitting out, though, you notice this will expand because of what's taking place with the kefir. Inside, there's an oxidation process in which it produces gas or carbonation, and this will start to expand. So I loosen it and let it air off, and it'll fizz up, and then I tighten the cap back on. So you will have to decompress the carbonation, or else it will explode all over the kitchen whenever you are ready to drink it. So I will set this with a little tab. This says Tuesday. This will be 48 hours. I will put a little tab on here that says Thursday, and I will set it aside. And what I will do with my grains that I have left over here is I will rinse with hot soapy water this container. It is clean now, and I will add my sugar. My kefir grains don't grow a whole lot. Some people have their, for whatever reason, whether it's because their kitchen is lighter or darker or warmer or colder, my grains do not reproduce a whole lot. I have friends that have kefir grains with like 7 jars because it's grown, and they usually share with other people. But mine don't grow at that rate. I have a very light kitchen. Probably it would do better if I covered it. I don't cover mine with a towel. Some people cover theirs with a towel. So I put about 3/4 cup of organic sugar that I get by the 5-pound bag, I believe, maybe 10-pound bag at Costco. It's organic. I will put hot water in here to dissolve. I'll put hot water about to here. Some people boil theirs or microwave it and make sure that it's really hot. I get pretty hot water out of the tap. So I'll put that hot water in there, and I'm going to swish it around until it dissolves the sugar. If you want to stir it, you cannot use anything metal. I have bamboo spoons that I use whenever I stir. You can use a plastic stirrer, and you just stir it around until the sugar mostly dissolves. It doesn't have to dissolve completely all the way, but you don't want it settling at the bottom. You want it to dissolve in the water. And with organic sugar, this is organic cane sugar. It's a little bit more brown than your processed sugars that are just white. I figure with the whole healthy eating thing, it's not that much more expensive, really. A 10-pound bag lasts me quite a while. I do this every 2 days, and usually about 3/4 cup of sugar is what I use. I'm going to fill this up to about right here with just regular water that's about room temperature. It can't be too hot, or else it will kill the kefir grains. So now I just have sugar water. I have sugar water that's dissolved at the bottom. It might have just a little bit. That's a shadow that you see. There is a little bit of sugar left in there. Then I put this on here. It's just a wide mouth so the grains don't go all over the place. I will put this in the top. And I will add the grains to the water. After that, I'll just place a coffee filter over the top. I'll put this on just to hold it on, or you can use a rubber band. And this is just a regular mason jar. I got this at Walmart, very inexpensive. And I will put a little sticker like this that says Thursday on it. These will both at the same time be ready with the 48-hour fermentation. Like I said, you can either do this for 12 to 24 to 48. I like to do 48 hours just because I don't like it as sugary. This I always ferment for 48 hours. And that is really all there is to making this. Once this has been sitting on the counter for 2 days, I will kind of decompress it a little bit. It'll be very, very fizzy, very much like soda, very carbonated. I will put it in the refrigerator into another container that I have that it holds about 3 of these, and it's very large, and we just drink it right out of the refrigerator. So that is pretty much how you make kefir soda. You can use any juice as long as it's 100% juice. Now, some people say that they only use organic, which is fine. You can also use lemon juice and fresh lemons or fresh peels from fruits, from citrusy fruits, or I've seen people use pineapple and other things such as that, where there's many variations that you can find out there on YouTube and through a Google search. So that is how we do it, and it is delicious, and it's not full of sugar, and it's healthy for your kids, also good for your tummy. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope that my daughter starts doing it at home for herself. So thank you very much.